Well, I want to live on this planet for a long time, so I think it's good if we care for the place we're going to be living. Recycling and composting, water conservation. I only eat once a week. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it's really important that you care about the environment, you know. I would recycle, do all the basic things that everyone should do. Try a clean car, electric car or hybrid.
I think I've had more awareness as I've gotten older. I've experienced different things. I've lived internationally as well, so I've kind of seen a contrast between the U.S. and other places, and I think it's a way of understanding kind of how we've gotten to here today, and being able to see that progress over time, and kind of learn from that and think about how decisions that have been made in the past can be used to improve what we do in the future. And see that and reflect upon it. For myself, somewhat, but also not as much as it used to be, where it actually goes back to your environmental question, where you'll perhaps try to create or consume less stuff and hold on to less stuff as possible.
I like Michelangelo's work. I'd spend probably like a month's paycheck on it if I had to. Have a whole bathroom lined with David sculptures and then make people really uncomfortable. And then I could also use them to do studies off of because I do art as well.
If I'm really into history, like an art, if I want a piece of like an artifact, like if I'm really into it, I will try to find and buy it. But I'm not.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Olympics go back way far, and then it's an international sort of celebration of athletes and athleticism.
So I like the big core American sports, including soccer, football, hockey, baseball, basketball. And so I'll follow those sports.
You like the mainstream one, football, basketball, baseball.
From a verified seller. And when it comes to that sort of thing, you do need it to be verified so that you know you're getting the right authentic things for them, especially if they want to display it in their house. And it would have a lot of meaning to them. I mean, if you have the option between something that is a replica and something that is a replica and something else, like and sustainable, you're going to go with the thing that has more.
Made in an environmentally sustainable way, I think that would be kind of nice, where you're buying something that's hopefully long-lasting in quality, but also you know that you're not necessarily having a net negative impact on the world. Yeah, it definitely depends on the item, and depends on kind of comparative items.
I mean, if they have such a passion for it, it makes sense if they want to spend money on like an old baseball bat or an old football or something.
It definitely depends on what that additional monetary value is creating in value for them. Is it longer lasting? Is it better performing? Is it better for the world? Things like that. So I have to kind of look at that as like specifically historical, like were made a long time ago. Then I might look on a site like eBay. There are like higher end auction houses like that, but usually I don't have that kind of money.
Probably research online, Google, and yeah.
So for my household, there's a monetary limit. So for example, anything over $200 we have to agree. Anything under, we're kind of free to do.
Well, if you want to buy something, he'll come and ask me, and then I will think about it and tell him if it's worth it or not. If you really like the stuff, a couple thousand is fine.